Zach, the watch manager here at Choices Jewelers. You know my favorite place. I spruik them all the time, even though they are not sponsored. But I wanted to ask Zach why Breitling makes a great option as far as a luxury watch.
Yeah, so we have a lot of great brands here at Choices, and Breitling is definitely one of them. And one of the reasons that I think Breitling is a great addition to your watch box is it's a unique look. There's a lot of brands that try to look like something else, and I think Breitling is always going to be unique and do a good job of being themselves and being Breitling. I think that also, off of that, the price is right. I think it falls in a great category of not too high-end where it might be your only watch. It's something that you can add this and be comfortable having multiple watches as well. And another, being that we have a watchmaker in store, it's a watch that it goes a long time without not needing to be serviced. We don't see too many Breitlings come back for service, so that's something to keep in mind as well. So you have the unique look, it runs well, and the price is right. So.
Obviously, classic designs and great, excuse me, great colorways, great value. I think on top of that for what you're getting, and definitely a unique look. I agree with you 100%. Hey, stop on over to see these guys.
Thank you.
They're awesome. Thank you.
Hey, one take.
What's happening, gang? How is everyone doing out there today? On the screen. So, Instagram, don't know what's going on with it. It's effed as far as your computer goes. Works fine on the phone and stuff, but I've tried multiple computers to try. You can't make a picture big anymore. You can't. It's weird. You can't scroll through. I don't know what happened. Every device I have, home, work, computers, laptop, nothing seems to be working. Very, very strange. But on the screen, we have what I like to call a little Americana, a little country fried steak and eggs. So it's sort of like the what you would get at a classic diner. You know, we've got cheesy potatoes, an egg, country fried steak, some country gravy, some toast, and some juice. A delicious breakfast, if ever there was one. I felt bad I didn't give you guys a breakfast picture last week because of the travels. So we made I posted, I can find out where this shit is now. I had to do this all on Facebook now. Oh man, it's gonna make me scroll all the way to the bottom again. Damn it. Sorry guys. Made a little breakfast quiche the other day. I actually made that it was breakfast for dinner on the other night. So little home fried potatoes, a little breakfast quiche, and some hot honey bacon. Also delicious. Will not deny it. We also made a meatball bake the other day. I think that was last Tuesday, maybe we made that. Also delicious. I had to transfer all these pictures over because, well, yeah, the Instagram thing wasn't working. But that was the before I added it to the noodles. Fresh out of the oven. And we made some penne pasta. We may have shown that one before. I'm not sure. I can't remember how far back I went. It's been a blur this past week. We were busy at work. We had the Philadelphia trip and all that stuff going on. I think I might actually have to cut my grass today. I raked a bunch of leaves up. I do believe we showed this before, but it's just eggs Benedict, some cod and halushki with some broccolini. Good stuff. But that's kind of been the food here lately. We have definitely been running around out and about. We have Logan Hall's Grill Streams. Please subscribe to Logan Hall's Grill Streams. The best grill streams on the YouTubes. Dear Artifact is in the house. Good to see you, Dear Artifact. He says, not very keen on the Rolex teased watches, but I think the bigger story is the total disaster of how everything is being leaked. I've never seen this bad of a breach with Rolex before. Yeah, it's been weird. In the, I don't know, the poll, let me read exactly what it says again, because the poll was, oh, geez, can't see the poll. Did the poll not come up? Oh, there it is. Rolex teasers have become increasingly inconsequential. Yes or no? Yeah, I mean it's become kind of a, I don't know, not so good thing. Not so good thing. We do have 10 upvotes. Thank you. BW, good morning, sir. How are you? Good to see BW as always in the chat. I can't wait. Planning here in the next month or two to come down to Florida, visit my friend Jennifer. I'd like to see Brian and Mathis and whoever else. Plus, hopefully, get to see BW since I'll be in the state. That would be awesome. Always fun to meet people. So we're starting to work on those plans. I played a little bit of the quick interview I did with Zach, the manager at Joyce's Jewelers, Breitling being one of their brands. And talk a little bit about Breitling today, as well as whatever happens to be going on in the chat. The link is pinned at the top for anybody who wants to join. We've got 10 people watching here early on a Sunday morning. I want to see if I can get the pictures. Mo sent me a couple pictures of breakfast he had. This whole thing with Instagram has really been kind of pissing me off. But Mo had some sort of interesting broccoli rabe looking. Here we go. Yeah, we looking breakfast. He's wearing his Vacheron Constantine overseas with the red rubber strap. My favorite watch that he has. Love that piece. Looks like we got some hash brown potatoes going there with like a Benedict, almost looks like a broccoli rabe or a broccolini, or maybe that's spinach. That could be spinach underneath those eggs and sauce. But it looks delicious. Looks like he is still in Chicago, I believe. I believe that is correct. Sean, good to see you, sir. All as always. Hope all is well with you. Hope all is well in the BMW circles out there in California. If things get much worse out here, maybe I'll move. Yes, BW, I love that watch. It's a beautiful watch. It absolutely is a great, great watch. Good morning, Marking Gang. Good morning, Sean. One of the true gentlemen of the watch streams. One of the people, there are reasons that I still do this, and there's so many good Muhammad, BW, Dear Artifact, Logan Hall, Sean, Skip Intro's been coming on a lot, but there's a lot of really good people out there that kind of enjoy the back and forth content, and we have a good time, and you guys make this what it is. Good morning, great pictures. What are your thoughts on sweet potato hashes? I like a good sweet potato hash. It's cumbersome sometimes to make, and to do it right, because you have to get a certain crisp on the potatoes without burning the like an onion or pepper component that may be in there, and any meat that you might put in. So it's a lot of it's some work to do a sweet potato hash. I did a kind of a sweet potato hash a month or so ago, and it's really delicious. Sweet potatoes are delicious. Sweet potatoes don't affect your blood sugar as much, so those are always good. Dear Artifact, thank you, sir. We appreciate that. I appreciate you guys. All things being equal. But we just try and talk about watches, wrestling, music, whatever we're talking about. Pens. Sean sent me a pen video the other day. I didn't really get a chance to respond yet, but it was a super pen. So we will be reviewing that probably next week. I'm gonna pull that up and play it. But yeah, that was kind of cool too to see. We need to do another pen show. We need to find Carolyn Martin and Evan G and Sean and do a pen show. We haven't done a pen show in a long time. There's been so much backroom drama and stuff going on with the streams. I don't. Yeah, Mr. G. Good morning, sir. We love Mr. G. I was so excited to see G again. He's such a good human being. And my watch, I didn't think fit that bad on his wrist, but it was a little big. Now the problem with us exchanging watches is that his doesn't go past my knuckles, and mine spins around his wrist like a top. But other than that, I think we're great. Just further proof that the Daytona is a little small. It's a little small. Sean says you're a great guy and a wonderful human being. Much respect for you, sir. Oh, well, thank you, sir. Well, much respect to you. Always love to hear from Sean. Always love to see him in the chat. And yes, we need to do a pen show. We absolutely need to do some pens. I like doing pens every once in a while. It was it's always a interesting little. I couldn't do it every week, but when it comes up, it's always kind of interesting. I always kind of learn something. So, Mr. G, great to see you, Adam Last. Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. Always a good time to see Mr. G. And the original OC showed up as well. There were a few other people we thought might come, didn't show up, but hey, we still had a good time. It was worth the 4.5-hour drive across the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Yes, Mr. G takes amazing photos of watches. We do need a master class. We need, well, you know, the guys we need Dear Artifact as well, because those guys both take amazing photos of watches. And if you're on the, Mr. G's or Dear Artifacts Instagram, you know that to be true. They just, they are the masters of watch photography in our space, I believe. But this watch that this is one of my favorite all-time watches. I would say this might be a Grail watch. We've talked before about like if I was going to do like a retirement watch or a walk-off watch that is a high possibility. The Overseas in Blue, I just freaking love it. And he always gives us good breakfast content. Oh no! You take amazing photographs, Gerard. Yeah, and Mr. G says he takes much better photos than me. I think you both do a really nice job. There was a picture, and I apologize because you can't pull this stuff up on Instagram. I don't know what's going on with the Instagram today or all week. Really, it's really been all week. But one of the best pictures of my super racing ever taken was by Mr. G while I was in Philadelphia. It was so good looking. He had his Lecia? I don't know how to pronounce it. Camera out and boom, he got, he took some pictures of the watches and they're all good looking, but the one that really, because it's my watch, I'm not gonna lie, I love my watch. But the picture itself that he took was you can see the detail in the honeycomb and you can see just all the stuff that make the watch that make it a happy watch for me were included in that picture. Yeah, Sean says, Mr. G and Dear Artifact Masterclass, sign me up. I know, me too. I could use to learn some of those lessons as well. I normally just take a quick wrist shot with my phone or a quick wrist roll with my phone and move on. I think I'm missing out on the good stuff. What else has been going on in the world? We have Muhammad's food. We have I mean, I'll flip through the Instagram a little bit, but you can't make anything big. It's kind of stinky. I don't know. See what happens? Boom. Nothing. Nothing happens except it dims the picture. So we got some Sherman action. Actually, in a Facebook memory, a selfie from 1987 came up of me with my mullet and my stash and my earring. Look at that guy, Penn State student, Luchabetic. Here's a picture of me at the dealership. A couple pictures came up of my old, my first Aquaterra. I miss that colorway sometimes. That watch, and I apologize, I can't make these things bigger, but that watch was so good looking. It was a big light play watch. It really, really was super, super sweet. Here's a picture of me. This is actually the I Love Ninjas magnet. My ex fiance and I, the girl who canceled the wedding shortly before it was supposed to happen. We talked about that on the community channel a long time. I don't want to harp on that part, but we're at the. I believe that's at the. Might be somewhere in the Venetian. But we both loved cheesy ninja movies, especially from the like mid to late 80s, early 90s. There was a bunch of them, and we found this magnet that said I love ninjas. So that's me. I think I'm wearing a tag in that picture. That would have been from like 2013, early to like maybe January 13. I think we were there. Because we had tossed around the idea of having the wedding, having a wedding in Vegas. So we went and checked out some spots there. And but yeah, I think I'm wearing a tag in that picture. And again, I apologize. It won't let me blow it up. No rat bastards. They said 87 was the year I was born. Oh, now I just feel ancient. Now I feel ancient. Lucha was rocking and rolling all night and partying every day, and I was saying goo goo gaga. It's a great picture, though. I wish I could make it bigger. I don't know. That was before people did selfies. I found that picture in some camera roll. BW reminding us that he has shoes older than Dear Artifact. I'm sure I have stuff older than Dear Artifact as well. That was a great picture back in the day. Back in the day. You didn't take selfies back in the day. I don't even know why I did. I was a pioneer of selfie photography. But yeah, there's Mr. G trying on my watch. There's me trying on Mr. G's watch. Yeah, it happens. It works. It doesn't. Whatever. I got to wear OC's platinum day date for dinner. He wanted to wear my super racing. It was a little tight, but it fit. But I will say this, heavy watch. And I was very nervous because that's my price. Where I like to stay in a price range, and that's like 6 times what I normally like to spend on a watch. So I was a little nervous. I didn't want to like bang it into the chair next to me or into the table or anything. Had to be very, very, very careful with that watch. Beautiful watch. Day date's just a classic. And that platinum with that ice blue dial is probably my favorite iteration. I know the ombres and some of the stuff is getting the love here lately, but it's pretty slick. Sean's got shoes older than Dear Artifact as well. Oh my, you're all legends. I'm lucky to rub shoulders with you all. We're lucky. We feel fortunate that you and Father Artifact participate. You guys have amazing collections, and you like to share, and that's kind of cool. I'm a bit player. I just provide a little platform for us to talk about watches. I'm not a big, I'm never going to buy like the heavy hitters and all that stuff, but I do love watches. Always have loved watches my entire life. Don't know why. It's just a thing. I do. Excuse me. But yeah, what a great time. What a great trip. Um, and then obviously, I wish I could make these bigger. Oh, wait, this just stinks. Let me get back over to the Facebooky side of things. I'm going to dox the crap out of myself again, but it's what we do. If you guys don't know who I am yet, you surely should. But we made boom. Look at that. Look at that crew. Good looking guys. Hanging out, talking about watches and streams and drama and all the good. Oh, I'm not showing the picture. Damn it. There. Click. How'd I click it? Look at those guys. Great picture. Great guys. Yeah, great father-son duo. Absolutely. What a amazing collection of watches that they have between them as well. I mean, they have some killer. They have some heavy hitters, but they also. Here's what I love. Yes, you can unbox the Le Mans, you can unbox the 321, a Snoopy, 1908, all that stuff. But they'll also unbox an Avigation Big Eye by Longines or a Zenith Chronomaster, like cool stuff too. That's not necessarily the stuff that you really, really see every day, you know. That on the streams. I mean, stuff like real watches for real people. Orko, good morning, Lucha. Good morning, Orko. Skip Pinterest says thanks for streaming regularly. Appreciate it. Oh, thank you. Thanks for stopping by. All I ask is an upvote. Subscribe and upvote. It's not that hard. And I ask you, hopefully every week, I think sometimes I forget, say something nice to someone. Do something nice for someone. Be the light you would like to see shining from others. That's all. That's part of the hobby, getting together with people. 100%. Because what's really difficult is that most people that I know think I'm insane for the watches that I like and talk about and wear. I mean, 90% of the world that wears a watch wears some sort of Apple Watch. It's crazy to me. So when you see somebody, when you get together with people that also love watches, good morning, Johnny O. It's kind of cool. So when you get together with some people and great guys, the artifacts are great guys. Mr. G's a great guy, and OC also a great guy, especially when you meet him in person. Off this, on the stream, OC. It's pretty much regular OC, but there's a little bit of the spin and stuff that you see. But off screen OC is actually a very, very nice guy. Exactly. He says, I told someone that commented about a watch I was wearing that it was an inexpensive watch, around $1,000. He almost had a heart attack. Yeah, people think you're insane for what we spend on watches, and I don't even get to the upper crust. I'm just an Omega guy, just an Omega man. What are you gonna do? But yeah, so that was a great trip. There's the Speedy, the Super Racing, great watch. Love this watch. So happy to have it back in the fold. It's actually my favorite watch I've ever owned. So I love the case. I love the profile. I love that honeycomb dial. I love the nods back to the 10-year anniversary of the first 15 greater than 15,000 Gauss Aquaterra. I love the spirate technology. I love the fact that it's super accurate at 0 to +2 seconds a day. It's just cool. They had a bunch of these in the Bulgari store, a bunch of different iterations of these serpent watches. They're kind of cool. I mean, when you see them, they're kind of cool watches. I'm not gonna lie. Bulgari. These watches weren't bad, but they didn't impress me. They had a big Omega boutique, but I don't recommend going there. But the guy that was there was really nice. He went in the back. He grabbed this Apollo 8 for me to look at that had just come in. He grabbed the Prof that had just come in. He went back to grab 2 other watches and saw that this had come in too. He didn't even know it was in. Grabbed the brand new World Timer Planet Ocean watch. I do not understand, but I mean, it was cool. The back of the Prof is pretty cool. That's the Summer Blue edition. More Bulgaris. Those are Octos. More of my watch because, hey, why wouldn't I take a picture of my watch? It's cool. You know? Who doesn't like to take a picture of their own watch? That's part of the fun. That was Booker, the Swatch store. They had all the stuff in there. They had all the Blog Pawn swatches and all the original Moon swatches and the Mission on Earth, the Mission to Earth phase, the Snoopies, and all kinds of stuff. That was the Booker store, IWC, Panerai, Cartier. Met a really nice guy in the Cartier store. I'm very knowledgeable about Cartier watches. Very kind. Hermes. It's still a cool watch. Every time I see it, I think, well, that's kind of a cool watch. There's Mr. G's watch not going past my knuckles. Why is that? Why won't it go past my knuckles? Sean says, I like your taste in watches. My only complaint is they're too big for my wrist. Someone's got to carry the flag for the big wristed, for the non-tiny wristed rat bastard crowd. The Apollo 8 you saw, was it the new one with the little Saturn V? It's too big for me, but it's big watch. It had just come in, so I'm assuming it is the new one. Let me go back. Let's see. What's that watch? Let's go back. Boom. This is the one that has the kind of skeletonized section over here, and it's made to look like the moon, like the surface of the moon. I'm not sure about the Saturn V. I'm not 100% familiar with it. You can see my Super Racing in the background, which looks small compared to this watch. I think this watch was a little bit bigger than my watch. Okay. If Mark could figure out how to strap a wall clock to his wrist, he would. Well, yeah, that would be really easy to tell time on. Yeah, oh yeah, cool. It's got the Saturn rocket in the subdial. Awesome. Let's take another look at that. Oh yeah, it does. Okay. I see it now. I think he did point that out to me as well. Now that I think back on it, it was a cool watch. It really was. And again, I'm a Speedmaster guy as far as racing goes. Dear Artifact is an Apollo and Moon guy. He's a space program NASA guy. which is why it's cool that they do both. But yeah, that was a cool watch. Wasn't necessarily my cup of tea, but that it doesn't mean it wasn't a cool watch. I like the back on the Plo Prof. The summer editions. I prefer an open, exhibition back, but they do a nice job on those. The swatches were cool. No, I didn't buy one. But they're cool to look at. Like I said, the guy at the Cartier store was really knowledgeable about the brand and particularly the watch, part of the brand. So it's always nice when you meet people that know what they're talking about. Tried on a couple Cartiers, didn't absolutely hate them. Hated trying to try that on Mr. G. It didn't fit. But there's Mr. G with my Super Racing. But it's only 50 lug to lug. So you see, he could wear it. It's a bit of a dinner plate on his wrist, but he could wear it. That was the picture that everyone requested. That was OC's beautiful new Patek Philippe. What a gorgeous watch. That picture didn't do it justice. And I actually thought he brought his Zenith and his day date into dinner. I thought I'd get a chance to take a couple more pictures of it, but I didn't. But I think Mr. G got a couple good pictures of it. That watch is gorgeous in person. My picture does not do it justice. That was the dinner watches. Which one's the biggest? I wonder. Interesting outfits on those two at the Cartier store. Yeah. I was shocked at how busy that mall was because that's a high-end luxury mall. And every store was busy. Every store had people in it and buying things. Which, people talk about the economy and how bad things are. I was like, damn, there's still people buying a lot of stuff because they absolutely were. There's a not so good picture of the Zenith. Love this watch. This watch is just amazing. Just beautiful. Just a beautiful piece. There's the 4. You can see how much bigger the Omega is than the Daytona in that picture. It's shocking. It's shocking how much bigger that watch is. What do you guys think of the new Breitling releases last week? Boom. Those are 4 beautiful watches. That was some shrimp I had. That was I believe that was like a blackened tilapia. And clean our pals. Some sweet potato. We were just talking about sweet potatoes. That was sweet potato ravioli. It was part of our appetizer with our giant onion rings. Delicious. I think there should have been, was the bacon in the back? Yeah, this little bacon on a stick was good too. That was delicious. That was the steak frites I got in honor of Logan Hall because he had just done that on the grill stream. So we went through, when I was looking at the menu, I was like, I'll take the steak frites, medium rare. Delicious. I actually changed the order to medium, but she made a medium rare anyway. Because I changed the order because the other 2 steak orders were for, I think, medium and medium well. And I was like, well, I don't want mine just sitting around, or maybe, have them all come out at the same time and change the medium, but she did medium rare for me anyway. So delicious. Its salad was radishes and roasted beets with some cheese and nuts in there. It was good as well. OC got the ribeye with the mashed potatoes and a cauliflower blueberry salad that looked amazing. And there we are. Boom. Amigos, amigos, amigos. Good to see them. Always good to see them. MBW says stop is the margarine of fish. It is kind of bland. It is kind of bland. There weren't a lot of choices. I forget where I was, but it was Friday. I wanted fish because, being a good Catholic boy. And it had the most interesting description. So it was more about the toppings than the actual fish. Mark, I'm sorry to say, but with Austin Butler as the new brand ambassador and Breitling buying Universal Genève and Gallant, I sense a lot of small wristed rat bastard watches inbound. I know, right? Which is fine. You can make all the small watches you want, but don't stop making big watches. Do not listen to Britt Pierce. Do not listen to Jenny L. Do not listen to Teddy Baldessari. You don't need to make the watches smaller. You need to make the people bigger. Now, you need to make. It's okay to make more than one size, but stop insisting that things should be. Oh, the trends are the watches are getting smaller. No. You're trying to speak that into existence. You're trying to make my watches smaller. I understand in the watch community people have small wrists. I don't have big wrists. I always say I never walk into a room or a bar or somewhere and say people go, "Oh my God, look at the size of that guy's wrists." No, nobody ever says it. They're just kind of normal wrists. Just normal, regular, everyday size wrist. But yeah, a lot of this stuff is getting smaller. The new Breitling releases were kind of small. Let's see if we can't pull up a quick article on those here. I know we had a bunch of stuff. Was that last Monday or Tuesday when they released those? When they showed those for the first time? Maybe I can't find one. Old news. Now, let me go over. First, we'll check out my boys at Joyce's Jewelers to see if they have any of the new Breitling pieces. Let's check out what they got. Because those were, let's see here. They may not have gotten them yet or have them put up on the website yet. And so they were three-handers. They were like 38s, I believe, right? Let's go to Breitling's website itself. They were good-looking watches. They were a little small for my size wrist. But John D. Yeah, sure. Okay, that's fine. Give me some cookies. Let me know where you're at. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Oh, well, what happened? There they are. The top time B31. So I believe this is a new movement, correct? New in-house movement. I think the watches themselves are good looking. I will tell you what I hate. I would never, even if I said, you know what, I want a smaller watch and I want one of these Breitling top times, I would never buy one on this cockeyed looking bracelet. I despise this bracelet. This thing, I'm not even an ADD kind of guy. Did that not pull over? I'm sorry. Did not pull over. How about now? I'm not like a ADD sufferer normally, but that watch with that kind of cockeyed links, I just can't. like a movie sequel, Revenge of the Small Wrist. I know, let's say Revenge of the Small Wristed Rat Bastards. Good morning, Billy SC. Good to see you, sir. Greetings from G Money. Nice. Gen G in the house. I would have paid good money to see a pic of Lucha with a Cartier tank on. I did not try on the tank. I did try on a Santos de Cartier and something else in there. They weren't real big on pictures in the Cartier store. They were pleasant about it, but they just, you could tell that wasn't like their thing. So I didn't really take a lot of pictures in there. But I didn't hate the watches that I tried on, and I'm not really a square watch guy. It's really my thing with Cartier is the shape. I'm just not, I'm kind of a round watch guy. I'm a simple lucha. At my core, I'm just a simple guy. Yeah, that cockeyed bracelet is awful. I just can't. I just can't with this thing. I don't think the watch is bad looking at all, but this bracelet, I don't understand it. I asked Zach, the watch boutique manager at Joyce's, about it, and he said something about like planes and leveling, but he didn't know that to be a definite thing. Yes, I'll eat your cookies. But yeah, that was hard. Now, the other issue I have here is at 5,900 on a bracelet. Is there real value there? I'm not sure I see the value in that price. Now, on the aftermarket, I mean, it's only $300 less on a bracelet. My favorite of all of these is probably this one. I like this colorway. I just think it's interesting looking. Looks nice with the brown strap. Kind of matches the B in the Breitling logo. And here's the other thing. Do you guys like the B logo, or do you like the old wing logo better? Yeah, I do think the bullet bracelet from Brand. Yeah, I love the bullet bracelet, but this kind of weird forming. It looks like a stretched out, broken oyster bracelet, John. Gen G says, I like the light blue Mellow best too. Yeah. So Jen's a B person. She likes the new B. I think the old wing, would sometimes could confuse you with a Longines, actually, the logo. But I thought these were good looking watches. And just because they're not my size, I don't hate them. I mean, they're using chronometer grade movements. I mean, it's got a bigger crown, but not huge. So it gives a little bit of that flight, aviator type stuff, fleegery in its own weird way. But I thought this was a great colorway. The light blue on the outside with that silvery white opaline dial, the applied B and indices, and that kind of orangey hand just kind of pops out a little bit. I thought that was a good looking colorway. I did not hate that watch when I saw it. It's not my cup of tea size wise, obviously. Shadow, there's no crying. You're in the room. I know. Shadow's gonna cry. Oh, it's the whiniest cat I've ever met. But somebody asked or mentioned the bullet bracelet. And I think I always, and again, it's not really my size of watch, but these are these football watches and stuff. It's not the chronograph chronometer, like it's the GMT. I wish that they made just a simple three-hander in a good size. We can do them in the 36s, but here, something like this. Actually, it's the white one. Let's see if we can find the white one. It's my favorite out of all these. I know the dark green gets all the press, but I think this is super clean looking. Chronometer GMT. I believe this has some sort of Salida movement in these. But well, yeah, I like the chronomat. I don't mind the way it fits. It's not huge. Okay, and so it's not my normal size, but I love that bracelet, so I don't mind the extra bracelet on either side of the wrist. I always thought this was a good looking watch. It has real depth to the dial. Um, the Rehot or chapter ring, the 24-hour in the inside gives it that sloped effect with the depth. The red GMT hand just pops in that simple red GMT script. The hands are great. It's just a good looking piece. And that bullet bracelet is amazing. Yeah, I never liked the bezel on any of the Breitling watches with a bullet bracelet though. There you go. Yeah, I don't mind it on this one because it's not I don't think it would work with like a ceramic bezel. I think it would, but with the stainless, I forget what they call those tabs on the bracelet. Someone remind me in the chat. There is a name for what they're doing there because because it's not real. It's not coin edge. It's not edged at all on the outside, but it's you kind of put your fingers in the thing and to move the bezel. Um, I don't mind it in the stainless. I don't think I would like it, in colors or ceramic or anything like that. But in this, it's just a very clean package. It's a hair small for what I like to wear, but I like it. I like the watch, and mainly I like it because I love the bracelet. Um, BW says only ADs have the tool to add or remove links from that bracelet. It's impossible to do on your own. It looks like it would be hard. It looks like it would be hard because, geez, oh Pete, StreamYard, I like all computer things are just hating me here today. There we go. Yeah, a lot of that stuff is tough, to move on, to make work, but it is a thing where you have a cool looking bracelet, but they're telling you have to use the tool there. Sort of like the spy rate, you have to use the tool at spy rate to make to adjust the super racing, but it can be done at any boutique. 76% of our 29 vote poll votes say that yes, the new teasers are inconsequential. They become increasingly inconsequential. I don't know, when they do the predictions for watches and wonders, everybody wants to do a Rolex show. And I don't hate Rolex. I do find them kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie. I do find them a little bit boring. And I don't think they do much that's super exciting every year. Ooh, we're gonna get a new color. Okay, great. They're gonna do a Tiffany blue Daytona. Well, why don't we upgrade the Daytona? Why don't we make something different? Why don't we do a complication? Why don't we make a different watch? Why don't we make a different watch face? But everything's kind of the same. Everything is kind of the same. Over and over and over again, they love to do the same things. But I don't understand. I'm trying to look something up here for you so we can get a better look at what we're talking about as far as the chronomat and the chronomat and the bullet bracelets go. Here's a blue one from Watch on Wrist. If you guys aren't subscribed to Watch on Wrist, It is one of my favorite wrist roll uh, video sharing places. I don't even know where these guys are from. I found them years ago. I was looking up a watch that I could only find online. I was just trying to find some better pictures or video of the dang thing. And I came across these guys, and they are amazing. Mohammed, we will get to your pictures here in a second. Good morning, sir. Joining us the last day in Chicago. Just sent today's breakfast to you. Ooh. Watches and Wonders predictions from John Galt. Have an obnoxious echo chamber, very few independent thoughts, lots of recycled viewpoints. Yes. And, I think the biggest news to me is I think they're going to do something with the IWC Aqua Timer finally this year. Happy Meal. Yes, we turned off. I went the reverse grift. Happy Meal. I'm doing the reverse, the anti-grift. Good morning, Lucha in the chat. I have uploaded. Lucha, how do I super chat my favorite food channel? This is not acceptable. No. We can save our super chats for the true grifters. I'm not a good grifter. I just like to hang out and talk with the chat. Grifting is not my deal. Lucha, that's the genius of Rolex. They can change something by 1 millimeter, and everyone makes a huge deal out of it. It's true, they do. Like the smallest changes just become a thing. But this channel, Watch on Wrist, I'm gonna play this wrist roll of a chronomat with the bullet bracelet. This, I believe, the blue one. But at least get a chance to see it. Here, I'll make it big for you guys. Should we play their music? I don't know. Watch on Wrist. I
like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up.
So again, the reason I like these guys, they do good wrist roll videos. But look at that bracelet. And I know that John Galt said he's not a big John Galt says I'm playing the humble grift today. He'll try and cash in next week. I got a job. I appreciate you guys helping me out when I didn't have a job there, but nice to get a couple extra $100. I truly appreciate everybody. But yeah, I'm just not, the grift is not my thing. I'm the anti-grift. That's why I appreciate a good grifter. That's why I like to watch the franchise club when they teach me how, like, if I ever wanted to be a grifter, I'm learning important lessons from Curly and Toyota, especially Toyota Mo. He is, I don't see him grifting himself, but I do see that he could teach the master class on grifting. I will give you grifter lessons for 40%. Perfect. I love it. But yeah, so I know, John, you said you don't like the bezel on these chronomats. I actually like it on this one because it's that mix of brushed and polished that you guys know I love so much. But it's the bracelet and the depth of the dial that really make this watch for me. We'll just finish these.
I wish I
knew. In centimeters, my wrist is a hair over 19. So you can see that this watch would fit a little bit small on my wrist, but because I love the bracelet so much, it is acceptable.
How much I miss, I know that we're all screwed.
So you can see what I was talking about with that rehaut, the way it's angled down into the dial, the depth that gives you. Look at the float of that second hand. You know, the little pop of red from the GMT and the GMT hand, the applied indices. It's all the things that I really love in a watch. It's that mix of brushed and polished that really does it for me. And the dial, it should be about the dial.
I like to be away in my patient. Stay up, I feel so outdated. How can we look the other way? Sun is out, but the sky is gray. What would happen if I took a chance? It's always hard.
I also love these crown guards. They kind of look like the prop of a propeller aircraft. It's a nod back to their aviation history. I just, again, so much that I love about this watch.
At first glance, I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow. I think I'll chew it. I wish I knew.
Not bad loom, not great, but not horrible. I like the blue loom. Good morning, Muhammad. Yes. Rain does weird things, Navitimers and chronomats without chronos. Yes. But I actually kind of like this GMT watch. Good morning, Curly. Looking forward to the drive-by. Thanks again to the franchise club for putting this together. Cool. Undeniably a nice piece. It is a nice piece. It's a simple, kind of a simple watch, but a good piece. What do you want, Shadow? You want out now? Hold on, let me let Shadow out. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna play this and.
How much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed. When we play our roles and ignore the problems. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed. When we play our roles and ignore the problems. I wish I knew.
But this is their page. I recommend them highly. These guys do wrist rolls on all kinds of different watches. And if you're ever curious, if you haven't seen something in the flesh, you get two different wrist sizes, 17 centimeter and 18 centimeter, and great wrist rolls. You get to see the color play, the light play. I think these guys just do a great job. I can't believe they only have 18,000 subscribers. But this has been one of my favorite channels since this is one of the first this and Tim Masso, really two of the first I said, check out the very old Breitling. Okay, so we have lots of pictures to see. So first we're gonna pull up BW here. Hold on. Of his old top timer. Oh, look at this. Check that thing out. Boom. That's a beauty, BW. Do you still have that one? That is an old top time. What year is that? It's a very good looking watch. Very clean. I like stuff like that. I wish I was more of a vintage guy. I really do. Muhammad. Oh, Muhammad, I think, had French toast. Oh, he did have French toast. Yes, I have. 1974 reference 2002. Nice. Muhammad, our pleasure from Team The Franchise Club. Enjoy your breakfast. Give me a ring when you're free. Sweet. So, Muhammad's breakfast, we want to pull this up now. This is pretty amazing looking. This puts Lucha to shame. Look at that French toast with different toppings on each piece of French toast. Looks like you got like an oat nut blueberry topping, a strawberry topping, maybe a cream cheese and caramel, maybe some apples, and I'm not sure what's before the green apples. Maybe a date. I don't know. It looks delicious. Let's see. There's another picture here with my favorite watch. Look at that. Ah, that's a killer picture right there, Mom. Thank you for sharing that. That's amazing looking. Who doesn't look that? Exactly, that puts the Lucha breakfast to shame. To shame. My country fried steak and eggs do not hold up. Although it was delicious. Look at that thing. That's enough to send my blood. That's enough to send me to the hospital, blood sugar wise, I think. But it'd be worth it. That would be worth it. That looks amazing, Bo. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you, BW, for sharing the top time. Very cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff. Hope you had a great week in Chicago. And a safe trip back. I just gained weight. I know, right? John Galt says breakfast flexes are surpassing watch flexes. I know. I don't think my breakfast held up, to be honest with you. I did. Oh, man. Let's see if I can pull up a good picture of my breakfast here. Boom. I don't know. You guys tell me. I made country fried steak and eggs for breakfast with little cheesy potatoes and an egg. And I actually kind of purposely burned the edges this morning. I wanted a little crispiness to my egg. I don't know. Sometimes you do. I wanted it gooey in the middle and a little crispy on the bottom and the edges. So I did a little bit higher heat than I normally did, and I added a little oil into the pan with my butter. So I air fried. Well, let me take that back. So my air fryer is a convection air fryer. So what I did was I gave that a quick turn in the pan in a little bit of oil, the country fried steak, and then I threw it into the convection air fryer to finish it off and get it nice and crispy. And I mean, you're just talking about flour, salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, onion powder, make a roux. Add some. I actually added some half and half when I made my country gravy this morning because I was out of milk. But it worked. Lucha, one egg. We definitely have to up your grift game, pal. I know. My grift game is not very good. Well, my breakfast was delicious. There was a second egg. All right. These are confessions of the Lucha Medic. So there was a second egg made, but plating, it didn't work. And we all know you eat with your eyes first. And there were strawberry tomatoes that I forgot to put on, because I bought a new thing of strawberry tomatoes. I forgot to put them on there as well. But MG does bring up a good point. That's 2 eggs in this economy. They've come down a little bit, but they're still expensive. It's expensive to provide breakfast for you guys. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. Eggs are expensive, as Evan G points out, but delicious. But yeah, so yeah, I crisped it. So and again, the way I did it, I don't like to cover the pan when I do sunny side up. So some people will recommend that to cook the top a little quicker. I don't like to do that because a lot of times you get that kind of filmy uh, look over the yolk. It doesn't photograph as well. That's it's it's but you add a little bit of oil with your butter, a little bit of butter, a little bit of oil, and then I put the heat up to medium high and and then let it bubble just until it was almost cooked. Then I turned the heat all the way off, and I got those little brown edges. That sometimes I just like some brown. I like a little caramelization every once in a while. Normally I just make regular eggs, but this time I wanted something I wanted it a little crispier on the bottom and then gooier on the top. So when I cut up the country fried steak and got some gravy and some egg goo all in one bite, it's delicious. But that being said, classic cryptic. Evan, it's hard. Eggs are hard. Evan, are you still rocking these Tiffany spatula? Yes. Now, Evan did one of the best egg streams I've seen and one of the worst. Shocking. I know. And Evan, Sean sent me a pen video, and we want to do a pen show. So I need to get you, Carolyn, and Sean together one of these Sundays. We want to go over some pens. We haven't done pens in a long time. I know it's the taboo watch subject, but I think they're cool. But so Evan made microwave egg whites once, but then he made the most amazing French omelet at the same time. So microwave egg whites, well, there's not too much to that. He poured the egg whites into a cup and microwaved it. The French omelet, he used great technique because I was having my doubts about his egg cooking technique. Then he made the French omelet. I was like, oh no, he did this properly, because the French omelet is one of the hardest things to make. It's the folds. You get the folds right. You guys remember I did like a month of trying to get French omelets right. I might have gotten one of them that looked halfway normal. It's a hard thing to do. But he's buttering as he goes and flipping and turning, and then there's the way you do the final flip onto your plate. It's a lot. Wouldn't make eggs any other way than with his Tiffany spatula. It shows his dynamic range. Yes, he has a very dynamic range. I made biscuits and salt. Oh, Orco. Next time we do that, take a picture of it and send it to my email. We want to see your breakfast. Did you make sausage gravy with it or just sausage? Because sausage gravy is essentially what I did here, but adding some sausage. Cooking up some sausage, throwing in your flour, creating your roux, adding your milk. There's an art to doing things intentionally really shittily. It's true. How's the new watch, Evan G? How did I miss the microwave eggs? And please send the clip. Like you said, he did the microwave egg thing. Did you do that on this channel live? I can't even remember. I just remember me just being like, oh my God, he's microwaving eggs. But yeah. But then the French omelet completely redeemed it because he did it. Again, I can't stress enough, and I think that might be on the Colony channel somewhere if you look for that one, how perfectly he made his French omelet. I don't think any of them come out 100% perfect looking, but the technique that he used was absolutely spot on. It was just the way you want it. John Galt says, I'd like to see George Foreman grill inspired breakfast in memory of his recent passing. George, he was great. I love George Foreman. He was funny. He was terrifying and funny. How do you talk about a dynamic range? That guy looked like he would, especially when he's young. Oh, he just looked like he would kill you. What a boxer! And then in his older age, he could still kill you in the ring. But the George Foreman grill, the TV shows, the interviews, he was just he's such a good guy. We just loved having him around. Speaking of good guys that we love having around, hi George.
Hey, good morning, Mark.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Hey, for a Sunday, not too bad. Just dropped off my son and his roommates. They were hanging out at the house all week for spring
Nice.
break, and
Oh, cool.
and let's just say there was never a dull moment.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Always fun to have some college students around to keep you
Oh my
on your
God.
toes and keep you moving.
Well, the funny thing was they wanted to go have breakfast. So you were talking about breakfast, and I thought I would go and take them out for breakfast. So I never do breakfast, but
Right.
I thought I'd just go with them and have breakfast. And let's just say to watch college kids eat food is quite disturbing at times. Very disturbing. And they ordered like omelets and pancakes and you name it, they kind of ordered everything off the menu, it seemed like.
I remember when I could eat like that back in
Oh,
college.
I remember it too, but I don't remember eating quite like this, But, and the funny thing was, is like you were saying, there was like a little note on the menu. There's an additional $2 charge for eggs.
Eggs are expensive.
It is. It's kind of
Orca said he was in the mood for strawberry preserves this morning, so he did not make sausage gravy.
So to make a long story short, so this morning they had a 8 o'clock flight. So like 6 a.m, they're like, "Oh, hey, Dad, can you get us McDonald's for breakfast?" I'm like, "Okay."
McDonald's is a great breakfast.
Oh, and I couldn't help myself, and I had a little McDonald's this morning too, and I was actually surprised. It's been a while since I had a McDonald's breakfast, and I have to admit it is really good.
Their breakfast sandwiches. I don't know what they put in them to make them so addictive, but there's something.
Right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And the interesting thing is anytime I travel, like if it's a morning flight or something, and I need to catch a quick breakfast, there's nothing like a McDonald's to be honest with you.
100%.
I've never heard anyone getting sick, having a value meal or anything like that.
I remember as a wee small lucha when they came out with breakfast.
Oh yeah.
In the 70s, and that became an after church thing for us.
Oh really?
Wow. Yeah, we'd go to church on Sunday morning, then go to McDonald's for breakfast, and that was such a big deal. And that was just when basically it was hash browns and an egg McMuffin. You didn't even have the choices then,
Yeah. I just remember the times when my parents back in the late 70s, early 80s, we used to go there and have like the pancake and sausage.
Oh yeah.
It's just simple, pancakes and sausage, nothing more, nothing less. That was it, and it's still really good. I was still shocked at how good it was, including my wife. She decided to have egg McMuffin and a hash brown, and I was like, yeah, it's actually not bad at all.
No, it's actually pretty tasty. I don't know that it's healthy to eat every day, but every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty good.
And the funny thing is like my son and his friends, there's no McDonald's near their campus. So I think they had lunch like 3 times last week at McDonald's.
Because they were just craving it.
They were craving it. And I think Friday we went there and I had their crispy chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, it's pretty damn addicting. And I always said I'm a huge fan of Chick-fil-A, but I think McDonald's does a little bit better crispy chicken. I really do. I think they
I'm a
do a little bit
Popeyes,
better.
Popeyes guy for the chicken sandwich, but I don't mind
Popeye's not
McDonald's.
bad.
And I had McDonald's was it last week, 2 weeks ago? They were ordering from at work, and I was like, get me whatever, and I got a double quarter pounder with cheese and
Oh,
fry. It was
there you
so
go, Lucha. Oh, I bet.
so good. But like Dirk Diggler
Oh,
says, the sausage McMuffin and hash browns is spot on, and their coffee's good. They don't have bad coffee
I'll,
like, for regular coffee.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you what. Dirk and I had a great get together one time over at In-N-Out Burger.
Oh yeah, nice.
I love that place. That's one of my
It's a go.
favorite places. Oh,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, I love In-N-Out Burger, and I think I can't decide who has better fries, In-N-Out
Ooh.
or McDonald's. I really can't decide.
It's tough.
Yeah.
McDonald's fries are really good.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
There is something. Again, I don't know what they put in them, but there's something that just makes them delicious. But In-N-Out's fry too. But you have to like it, like
Yeah.
Evan G like it. He says they're like starchy cardboard so you're cutting the potatoes fresh. There's something to be said about frozen fries. I don't know what it is. But when you start with them frozen, there's something to be said for that. McDee's,
The interesting thing about In-N-Out Burger is the fact that it's just the burgers. They're so small. They're almost like a little cheeseburger, right?
yeah,
But they just make it so good. I think so
yeah.
much. There's a little bit of flavor.
I always
I don't know.
I always wonder if In-N-Out for me is because I get it so infrequently because they aren't around here, that the myth of it makes it better to me. I don't know if you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, I understand that. You just it just tastes when you can't have it all the time. It just tastes better, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So like if I'm out in Vegas or in Phoenix or I'll make one stop to In-N-Out Burger and I'm always like so happy with it, and I'm like, is that because I don't always have it? And also if you get the fries, you got to get them monster style so they taste better.
And the other thing is what I've noticed is like if you don't eat it there and you take it home, it's soggy. Like with any fries, it just doesn't taste as good. Even McDonald's.
Yeah. BW says McD's breakfast has just the right amount of salt. It does. There's something about it, and they do serve their coffee extremely hot.
Oh yeah.
And I know that OC is a big. I don't get a lot of their McCafe drinks, but
I don't either.
The OC likes them. I know other people love them.
Yeah.
McDonald's fries are good right off the fryer. Yeah, they are.
Yep, exactly. I used to work at a McDonald's back in the 80s. I could tell you some stories, but I won't.
So Evan, this is how we rely on Evan for our scientific knowledge. Sometimes he says freezing the fries gets the moisture out, so that's why they have that crispy edge to them. It is addicting. McDonald's fries are addicting. Become a really good when they're hot. When we get cold, it tastes nasty. So some people don't like that.
I don't like it either.
Oh, he says, "Good morning, Mr. V. Spicy Popeyes chicken breast sandwich for the win." I love the spicy chicken breast sandwich. So good.
That's what I said. Yep.
It's so good.
My son and his friends all got that, and I just got they got the spicy crispy chicken sandwiches last week. And then I got just the regular, crispy sandwich. I don't like all that sauce. And I have to admit, it's damn good.
Yeah.
Damn good.
Evan G says someone needs to tell George about getting the 4x4. They'll stack that sucker as high as you want.
Oh man.
In-N-Out is good. It's he says best bang for the buck, says Dirk Diggler, versus five guys or Steak Shack. Shake Shack. Yeah.
The funny thing is, near my son's university, there's a Shake Shack, but there's no McDonald's, Wendy's.
I can't believe there's no McDonald's over there.
I can't believe it. There's absolutely nothing there. It's just a Shake Shack, And
which I like Shake Shack, but it's a different kind of.
yeah, it's
It's more
okay.
mashed and yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. It's not
Kevin G
the
says
end
for
all
the
be.
price, In and Out are the best burgers out there.
Yes, I would agree. I think In and Out is
John
probably.
Galt wants to know if he worked with Kamala Harris at McDonald's.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I probably did more work than she did at McDonald's.
I like it.
The my last day was when the manager told me to go clean the men's restroom at like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
I said, I ain't cleaning no damn restroom at McDonald's at 10 p.m. You ever, yeah, you ever go into a men's restroom in the 80s at 10 p.m. at night? Oh my God, it's a mess.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Absolutely.
no, I ain't doing that. You ain't paying me $4.25 to do that. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot to
Yeah,
ask. That kind of
yeah.
money. Gen G says if you can get McD's smoking hot, it's the best thing you'll put in your face. They're fries when they're hot.
Yes.
Or the burgers.
Yes.
We get a fresh,
Near my parents' house back in Orange County, there's a Wiener Schnitzel. You remember those?
Oh God, yeah.
Oh God, when my son was small, that was like his favorite place to go, and I haven't been there in like at least 12 years or so. But
Jeez.
I'm going to make a trip out there just to have a hot dog and chili
Oh,
cheese,
yeah.
and
Nostalgia bite.
oh, there's absolutely like these are like nostalgia. Like as we get older, all the fast food chains that we grew up with.
Yep.
Are
100%.
yeah. You don't really see a Wiener Schnitzel everywhere. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I haven't seen one in years. BW says they have Whataburger. People love it.
Oh yeah, I've had that. Yes.
I don't think I've ever had Whataburger.
Yeah.
Shake Shack is good, but it's more expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank V. Oh, sorry. Frank V says, "What does inconsequential mean?"
Yeah.
Well, so in the context of the poll, it means that Rolex releases every year. They do this thing, and everybody tries to figure out what they're doing, and it's never anything super exciting. It ends up being inconsequential.
Yes. So I'll tell you a funny story. My father, who's 83,
Mm-hmm.
every week he eats at In-N-Out Burger.
Okay.
Every week. And there's also I don't know if you've ever heard of Winchell's Donuts. I'm pretty sure Dirk may have.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard.
Yeah, Winchell's. He has donuts once a week, and then he washes it all down once a week with 31 flavors ice cream.
Okay. Hey, you know what? He's earned it.
Oh yeah, he's like, he always jokes around. He goes, at 83, I'm not counting calories, nor am I looking at my sugar levels or my cholesterol at this point. It's pretty funny. But God, I miss those.
OC's a sugar addict. OC did not order dessert at dinner last week.
Oh.
It was shocking. Skip Intro says Burger King has a great Impossible Burger. Don't shoot me. So I will say this Impossible Burger.
Nah.
My ex Michelle was a vegetarian, and when we first found the Impossible Burger, it was life changing for her because it was something different. And I didn't think they were bad. I would get them sometimes with her. I didn't think that they were super horrible. I still wonder what they're made of, but hey, what are you gonna do? Evan G says all the regional burger joints have converged in Colorado. We have pretty much everything here. Culver, Culver's good too.
I've never heard of them.
Whataburger, Shake Shack, Smash Burger.
I'll tell you, it's interesting because my father was saying there is still one Bob's Big Boy left.
Oh wow!
Southern California. If you remember,
I remember
Bob's Big Boy. Yeah, there's still one left. There's a Granny's that's still one left. So,
yeah.
And he said he's planning to hit those sometime in April, May.
Yeah, Bob's big boy.
Yeah.
What was the restaurant that there was a? Why can't I think of the name of it? When you would find a Bob's Big Boy for a while there, they would put up a more of a sit down kind of a diner restaurant with it. It would always be
Mm.
here, and I can't remember the name. It was a little. If I remember, it was people complained because the name was a little bit racist, but I can't remember what the name of it was.
Oh, I can't remember. I remember like Jolly Roger. They used to have a Jolly
Oh, Jolly
Roger.
Rogers! I remember Jolly
Yeah, I
Rogers.
remember those. Yeah, yeah,
Those
yeah.
were. I
Good
remember.
times.
Remember Arthur Treacher's fish and chips?
No, no,
Yeah, we
sorry.
did those.
I just remember H Salt. Um, what's the other one? Skippers, Long John Silver's. Those were the only fish and chips I remember.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then growing up in Massachusetts and their headquarters being in outside of Springfield, we had Friendlies.
Never heard of that.
Friendlies had great ice cream. There was a diet, kind of like a sit down restaurant. They also had ice cream. They made
Mm.
ice cream.
I just remember back in the '80s, there used to be in Orange County. I don't know. I don't think it was anywhere else. There used to be a like 4 or 5 of them called Ice Cream Castle,
Oh wow,
and all the high school kids would go. It was just like it reminded me a lot of like you remember Arnold's and Happy Days.
yeah,
That's what it was. It was kind of
okay,
like there was a jukebox machine and all the kids would hang out. There'd be ice cream floats and all the stuff there, and we just hang out with the girls. And it was a cool place to meet the girls at the time. But yeah, it's life.
yeah.
So it's all gone.
Yeah, Gen G says Friendlies is so good, but they closed hers down years ago. Yeah, they really contracted. But so in my little town of Southwick, Massachusetts, we had like a Friendlies ice cream booth. It was this tiny little place, but we would when I was a very young Lucha, we would go there and get ice cream.
All right.
Um, and then Dirk and Evan are talking about something in Colorado
Yeah.
called the Snooze Cafe, which I've never heard of.
Yeah.
But
Tasty Freeze, like what Dirk said. Yeah,
oh,
I remember
Tasty Freeze.
Tasty
Yeah, I
Freeze.
remember
Yeah.
Tasty
Yeah.
Freeze. Yeah.
I thought it was Tasty Freeze. There was also like Foster's Freeze or something. I'm not sure. There was Hardee's, right?
Hardee's.
Yeah.
Hardee's and Carl's Jr. I think are the same.
Right.
The same company,
And
just where you're at.
obviously Arby's is still around.
Arby's is still around.
Yeah.
How about Orange Julius?
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, yeah. What was the mall pizza? They were so bad.
Oh,
You remember what I'm talking about?
Sbarro. Yeah,
Sbarro.
Sbarro. That was bad pizza.
Oh, bad pizza. Oh.
I think you can still find those here and there. I think there's one in one of the malls near here still.
Right. Right.
Good morning, John.
Hey.
B.
Good morning, John. Good morning, Dirk. Good morning, Orko, Evan, Gen G, Happy Meal, and everyone else.
All the players. How many upvotes do we got? We got to check the upvote count. Let me check the poll. Hold on. We've got 27 upvotes. All right. We're 3 away from where we like to be. We like to get into the 30s. And 69% of the people in the poll. How many people voted? 39 votes in the poll. 69% said yes, Rolex teasers have become increasingly inconsequential.
So how was your week, Mark?
It was good. It was busy.
Yeah.
Thursday was a dud of a day, but every other day was busy. Yesterday was really busy. So
Usually Saturdays at the car dealerships isn't that when you make your most money? Fridays and Saturdays?
Pre-COVID, that was the case. And then during COVID and after, with a lot of people working from home and skipping out, we were busier during the week, and Saturdays weren't as busy.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nice to have a super busy Saturday where it was just like one after another. All the salesmen were busy. Everyone's having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a good thing in general.
So what cars are selling?
Trucks. We sold a lot of trucks, a lot of Grand Cherokees, Compasses, and a lot of used. We've sold a ton of used this month. So we like that.
Yeah.
We are in favor of used car sales.
Are there any good deals in with Jeeps?
Well, I blew out all the. We had 4XE Wranglers 24s left,
Mm.
and we blew all those out. Those were good deals. And there's still the deals right now are on some of the hybrid cars and the electric because everyone's afraid they're going to take away the government money, which they have started to do on some of them. So we have thank you, Happy Meal. I got 3 Chicago votes. Nice. Thank you, Curly. If you guys aren't there's 2 channels, I guess, because there's a fear that because of some kickback on the franchise club that we may have to switch over to the Happy Meal channel. If you guys haven't watched this, these are so entertaining. like I don't watch O'Sheen and Tim anymore. If I get their content,
exactly. I just watch. It's becoming like the late night with Happy Meal.
Oh my God!
And Toyota Mo.
And these guys go on for 5, 6, 7 hours.
Off of a 5-minute clip.
I know. It's so amazing. It's so hilarious.
It is.
It's so much fun. It's circular drama. And it's entertaining. It's really entertaining. I mean, Toyota Mo is hilarious. Paz is hilarious.
I have to admit.
There. I mean, those
Curly has some pure talent to do this for 6, 7 hours.
Seriously. I salute you.
Don't take an offense.
No,
I get tired of listening to you after about 2 hours.
I know. I get tired of talking after about 30 minutes. I don't blame you.
and if Brian is on the show with you, then usually it's about 30 minutes.
Yeah, about 30 seconds. Brian comes on. My God. But yeah, that's the shows. Check them out. That's all I'm going to say. And if you're a subscriber to the franchise club, subscribe to the Happy Meal channel because that may be where they end up going to if this copyright strike BS goes through. It's such so petty.
Yeah.
But John D says, "Oh boy, hyperhydrate during pre-workout intake. Have been finding 10 milligrams of creatine versus 5 milligrams has changed my game noticeably." That must be. Is that what is it? Is that the Spartan Club or something? Those guys are all in with Buckley, the big workout club.
Must be. I actually, speaking of, I had my I go and work out with my trainer, and so I've got a date with her today at about in about an hour and a half, and today is cardio, so it should be an interesting day.
Cardio day. Yeah, well, she's great. You showed us a couple clips from her.
Oh yeah, she's
awesome.
She's a total badass. I'll tell you that.
Congrats on that. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
That I like. I really like this French toast that Mo had this morning.
I saw that on my Instagram feed.
Wow. That looks like the shiz.
That is good.
My breakfast to shame, George.
Oh, if I ate something like that, I think I'd probably have to run for 8 miles.
Yeah.
But you know what it is with meals like this? It's like you have that meal, you're good until dinner.
Yeah. 100%. But I also made the kind of sausage egg quiche with some home fries and some hot honey bacon.
Take that crap off and put on Moe's French toast back in. That looks like what you'd eat if you're health conscious or something. Put the other stuff back on. That looks a little bit more inviting.
You didn't like my country fried chicken eggs?
I think it's There you go.
Mo's breakfast was definitely better.
Yep.
That one has the watch in it, so I like that picture. But this picture kind of shows it better.
Mm, gotta
Delicious.
love it.
Yeah.
You gotta love the butter. You gotta love the richness. I can just
Mhm.
taste it.
An amazing breakfast, and he's in Chicago. This isn't even
Yep.
his normal breakfast place.
Right. Wow.
The stunning overseas is Muhammad Ali's. He is in Chicago, sharing breakfast pictures with us. And yeah, this is yesterday. This is his breakfast yesterday with the stunning overseas as well. I love the watch. I think that watch is just so simple, so classic. The blue is so amazing,
It's
and
well done. It's a well done watch.
really is, really is. People always scream about the 222. I'm like, I don't know. I really like the overseas. Yeah,
I personally like that overseas in rose gold, the blue dial.
yeah. We looked at that last. Was that
Yeah,
last week
yeah.
or the week
I really like that watch.
over at Nashville?
Yeah, I think European watch has got one too now. So
Um, let's see if we can't find that one, George. Hold on. Masteron. Share this tab. There we go.
yeah, I think Chase is about like $6,000 cheaper
Yeah.
and newer. I think too. No,
And
I think his is 2021.
okay.
Might be the same. Might be the same, but I think this is a 2022, if I'm not mistaken. It's still a beautiful watch.
So gorgeous watch.
Yeah.
The execution on this watch is amazing.
Yeah.
I know people make jokes about the straps and stuff. Oh, it comes with extra straps. I think that's cool, and I think it's cool that you can take. That there's a easy exchange system for them.
Mm.
Yeah, this one's a 22. Let's go over to Chase's. Scroll here. Yeah, his is 49,950. It's 2021.
Yeah. Yeah. For a year, you save about $6,000, which isn't bad. I'd
That-
rather save $6,000, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
'Cause I think it's all about the same.
but just a gorgeous watch. I just think
It
that
is.
it's one of the. I just think that for a three-hand watch, you know what I mean. I mean that's just such a simple watch that is executed so well.
So, did you watch the video this morning from Jenny L?
I never watched Jenny L.
Oh, really?
I know.
So she actually had a video this morning. I think it was this morning. I could be wrong, but
Okay.
they showed the new Land Dweller.
Let me go see if I can pull it up. Hold on. She's such a Rolex simp.
Yeah, but you know what though? I just like once in a while I'll listen and just watch.
Yeah.
And this one was actually pretty cool. I think this was I didn't even know she was married, but I guess she said that this was from her husband's video, and I don't even know who her husband is.
Her husband's the one who did that how to buy a Rolex class that he was charging people for
Oh yeah.
during COVID. And he's kind of creepy, and she's just like, it's just like all Rolex. And I stopped watching her a year ago. I just got tired of it. It's all small wrists and Rolex, But let's check out what she got. Let's share this down.
So, anyways, this is like what I believe what she thinks the new Land Dweller will look like.
Uh-huh.
Is really very special in terms of leaks, and we now have pretty much a very official, like a 99.9% official.
Now, Lucha, you have to stop every 5 seconds and make a comment. Okay, we got to follow the lead from Curly and Toyota Mo. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta learn.
Right. Look at this grifter on the stage. What a grifter!
Yeah. So
Come on, Curly, hop on. We need your expertise commentary. This will be like the warm up for Sunday night Happy Meal stream.
Yeah, there you go. So on the right is that's her husband on the right, and he's the one. He did the thing where he was trying to sell people a class on how to buy a Rolex.
I remember that.
Yeah. which was like the first time I was like, I'm tired. I'm getting tired of these people. But let's see what this watch is.
Model that's going to be released tomorrow, and I can also prove you why I think this is really a 99.9% sure and official leak. But yeah, first is we can see the model right here. I've just received that clip. It is one of these like animations that you see when you scroll down on the page. So this is that clip of the new watch that is being released, and as you can see, this
So what do you think of this? Stop the
play
clip.
that for you.
What do you think of this watch? If this is what it is?
I think they're a little late to come back to the integrated bracelet game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And if that is what this watch is, it's about trying to recapture some of that, like the Vacheron and the Pateks and the APs and take all those people that are doing the integrated bracelet watches. I think that it's just trying to grab onto some of that. I mean, they did this in the past. Looks like the old oyster quartz.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, but I think this is an automatic.
You?
Oh, it is.
That's animation from the new model. Ta-da! It is a land dweller. It is actually a land dweller. So,
and the name is horrible.
Yeah, I have to admit. But I'll tell you what. There'll be a wait list.
Oh God!
It'll sell way over MSRP in the gray. Everybody who's poo-pooing it now will be calling their ADs tomorrow or next week and say, "Put me on the list." And they'll probably have the same versions. They'll probably have a blue dial version. They'll probably have a white dial version of it. And
maybe
everything else.
Every year the teaser will be a new color for the land dweller.
Exactly. And maybe they'll have maybe they'll follow Vacheron and have two different straps. You can detachable straps and everything else, right?
Yeah. Well, if you flip it around,
that was filed,
see that.
Is true. It is a land dweller, and also that leaked photo for you. That's animation from the new model.
I don't see quick release.
I do like. Yeah, I don't see it either, but I do like the bracelet though. I think the bracelet looks pretty nice. Good. Yeah.
It's not a bad looking watch. I just I don't know. I think the integrated bracelet craze is kind of coming to an end. So you're getting to the party late, I think.
Yeah, but let me ask you something. Do you think Rolex ever shows up late to the party?
They might have this time.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know.
They're going to sell them. No, it's a Rolex.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, everyone they make +5.
Exactly. And I have to admit, like the AP bracelet, this bracelet looks similar. However, I think the idea is I think they might mass produce this and try to eat into AP a little bit. They might not, the Royal Oak, they might not be able to eat all of it.
Produced it, and this is the thing. If it's a wait list, super long, play the game watch, it's not a winner. But if they mass produce it and get it out to people, and they get it to people who maybe were on the wait list for some of these other watches, then that's where they could win.
That's what I think, to be honest with you.
Ta-da! It is a land dweller. It is actually a land dweller. So the patent that was filed is true. It is a land dweller. And also that leaked photo, the super grainy picture that we saw a couple of weeks ago, is true. It is a land dweller. It has this what is that? It seems like an integrated bracelet. You have this oyster quartz kind of look to it. I think this is probably a full steel watch with a white gold bezel, with a fluted bezel. You can see on the picture it is a sapphire case back with a movement that very much looks like the one that the 1908 has.
Now, I do like, because I like exhibition case back, so I was kind of excited to see that. Here, I want to hit the chat here real quick.
Mm-hmm.
We're going. Orca, I was excited when it was rumored that there was going to be an oyster quartz watch release, but I don't care for this. I just don't like the dial. Yeah, I'd have to see it in the flesh and a better picture of it before because I have a honeycomb dial, so they can work. It just depends on how they executed it. They're also 30 years late to the titanium game. Yeah.
Mm.
Jen says I was hoping this was going to have the Turnograph bezel on it. Oh well, yeah. I love the Turnograph. Daniel Quack says it'll grow on them. Yeah.
Daniel Quack. I wonder is that related? I wonder if there's a brother, long lost brother of Daniel Katz.
Yes. John Gold says I hope this is a masterclass in the art of the grift by Rolex. It would be mind blowing if they intentionally leaked fake prototypes. Yes,
Right.
it would. What if it's an elaborate April Fool's Day joke? Also a possibility. John D wants to know, Lucha and George, does this feel like Rolex has lost its top game with this release, or is this a genius move to add to the entry options beside the OP or the Datejust? I think if they actually release it in numbers, in stainless steel, it's actually a genius move.
I would concur, and I really don't think Rolex does anything hurriedly. I don't really think they do anything without thinking through everything, research. You know, they're a really efficient, well done company, and they don't really make mistakes. They just don't make many mistakes.
Yeah, no, they don't. So if they release this in mass, I believe it's a winner. I think because you have so many people that tire. How many people have been waiting for a Royal Oak that
Right.
can't get one? You know
And
what I mean?
that's what I think. And I think they're purposefully targeting, or they're going to try to target AP. I think that's what they want to do. And if they were smart, and if I was the CEO, I would say, let's mass produce this. Let's eat into the Royal Oak revenue stream a little bit, and we can give this to every Tom, Dick, Harry, anyone who wants a Rolex.
Yeah,
And and they could really put the hurt to AP.
yeah, I agree.
And I think if they do that, it's brilliant. I truly think it's brilliant, brilliant business move. Give it out to the masses.
Built in, very angular case shape, very thin too. I think this looks probably a bit thinner than my Datejust. And a new bracelet. I mean, it is kind of a Jubilee bracelet with a hidden clasp, but it looks way more flat. So this is much more streamlined, much more angular links because, I'm just comparing it to my Datejust that I'm wearing right now. This is so much more flattened out. So we have a new Jubilee type of variation to the bracelets. And if we look at the dial, you can see they've got this like honeycomb texture to it with like a recessed dial and then a little step up to the outside of the dial with the minute indices, and then you've got the hour indices that look new. I think also if we take a closer look at the minute and seconds and hour hands, the hands are also a new design. I've not seen a seconds hand like this. And you've got the 6 and 9 that kind of reminds me of an Explorer, I have to say. And pretty much that is it. And the other thing is that I want to share with you guys, I just sat down to film this video. My husband just uploaded his version of that half an hour ago because there was an image available under a link that reads media.rolex.com. So it is something from the official Rolex database, but the link, as you can see, I'm refreshing the page, is no longer available. They just took it down. So I think someone at Rolex just realized, shit, somehow this has been leaked and they took the link down. But if we're going to go into my husband's video, we can take a bit of a better view, look at the watch, because when he filmed the video, it was still online. So you can see a little bit of a better picture here. So this really is a land dweller. Wait, we can scroll forward. There we go. That's the dial. Says land dweller.
I don't mind the honeycomb in this picture. You really have to see it in person.
Yeah.
I like the new seconds hand. I like the anchor piece. Is kind of cool and different for Rolex. I
think this is a good looking watch.
Yeah, the 6 and 9
like
are different than the Explorer because they're open. and they're kind of cool. It looks like everything's filled with lume.
Do you like the fluted bezel, or would you have rather gone with maybe like a smooth bezel?
I like the fluted bezel on this. I think that's where some of those integrated watches, the round, the smooth bezel gives it. You don't really get any light play, whereas on a fluted bezel, you're going to get a lot of light play off of that. I think that would be enjoyable.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad look. If that's what it is. I hate the name though, Land Dweller. Think a different name would have been better. I don't know what.
I don't know. City dweller. You got what? Urban dweller.
Yeah. Why does it have to be a dweller? Why?
Right.
Why couldn't it be like the Oyster Perpetual Urban or something? Yeah.
Just call it what it is. The AP killer.
Yes.
Not so sure what to think about this watch. It very much looks like a Tudor Royal to me, if I have to be real with you guys. This looks like a Rolex version of the Tudor Royal with a bracelet and the angular case. Not really my cup of tea, but I am sure a lot of people will love this new case design, the bracelet. I can imagine this will wear very comfortable.
I think this looks a lot better than the Tudor Royal.
Me too. And I think this is, you know what, though, like I said, I don't know if this is the actual watch itself, but damn, I can see this really doing well for Rolex. Really doing well.
I can too.
It's quite a bit different. By the way, I went to my local jeweler Friday. My late father-in-law had a really old Omega in the 60s that just got serviced. And I wanted to get a new leather strap on there. So I went there, and they showed me some new releases for Watches and Wonders for Oris, which and when I saw it, it was beautiful. You'll be surprised, Mark. You will be surprised.
I'm looking forward. You know, I'm an Oris fan, so I'm looking forward.
Me too. It was about $4,500 on a bracelet with some really nice looking dials, and the bezel looked sharp. Everything looked really nice, clean. And I was like kind of shocked at like the price. I thought for $4,500, I thought it's not bad at all.
Yeah. John Galt says, is the Land Dweller the equivalent of the first series AP code 1159?
No, I don't think it's a code, that's for sure.
I don't see code when I look at it.
Right.
John D says, Rolex chasing Omega with open case backs. The Aquaterra has been doing it for the longest with exceptional design movements. Well, I'm glad that they're doing it. And I say this, I've said this on the stream before, George. When I run into my friends, like say I'm just at the grocery store or something or wherever, when they know I'm a watch guy, they always want to see my watch, And if I have a watch with a closed case back, they look disappointed when they turn it over. They expect to see that. So I'm glad to see with the open case back, typically reserved for precious metal, and in a brand new bracelet, it seems to go against the grain. Yeah, it does go against the things they've released lately, anyways. Cod Kent says, I asked Mark this too, but do you think natural disasters Hall of Fame?
Was it like there was a guy was it typhoon or cyclone, and what was the other guy, earthquake or
yeah. I don't know if they're Hall of Famers. I don't know.
Right,
Harry! Oh, good morning, Harry. Good to see you. He says, morning, gents. I think we might be missing who Rolex is targeting with this watch. Cartier is dominating the women's watch market. I think this one is likely targeted for what? Yeah, I guess the size depends.
What's the size on this? Did they
I don't think anyone knows.
Yeah.
So he may have a point. That could be heading, trying to head some of that off as well. Because they've never really said a size, if it's a 34, a 36, a 41. No one's really made a big deal on that. I genuinely wanted a Polar Dial Explorer 1, but if this is a real watch, I doubt the Polar Dial is possible. Yeah, I do too. If this is real, I don't think you're getting a Polar Explorer 1.
I
Um,
just think, like I said, I think if this is a man's watch, I think this is geared to AP. But if it's
Yeah.
a woman's watch, I would say maybe Cartier. But I have a feeling this is probably going to be 40 millimeter. Is what I would assume.
Yeah, which would make sense, but
Yeah.
we'll see. Captain, good to see the captain in the chat. He said,
Hey, Cap.
"Good morning, gentlemen." Also, a new natural double escapement movement with Soloxy hairspring. This is a winner for Rolex, no question about it. Waco goes in depth on the new land dweller in a new revolution bit. Yeah, so again, these the anti-magnetic hairsprings and the double escapement. Double barrel escapement makes your watch run better. So when you have a double barrel escapement, when it's fully or tightly wound or almost dead, you don't get the super increase in your beat rate or the decrease at the beginning or the end. Is what it does. It levels that out. That's one of the things I always liked about the Omegas with the double barrel coaxial escapement.
Right.
And anti-magnetic properties are really important these days because there's just so many magnets in everything that we use, all of our technology. So it's good for that as well. BW says we could call it the suburbanite. Or as John Galt says, the homosexual dweller. Oh geez. The OPRX.
Yeah.
The Cosmopolitan. Well, we got Father Artifact in the chat. Good morning, Father Artifact.
Hey, good morning.
Happy Sunday to you as well. Will this be in the same case size options as the Datejust? That will decide the appeal. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're, but like Harry was saying, if they do it smaller, if they may make multiples, and a smaller one would be a good Cartier killer. A bigger one, I think, would be a Royal Oak killer.
Yeah.
So if they do both, that would. Yeah, I know my cat is just crying like crazy. I got to let her back in. She's driving me insane today, George, as usual.
Yeah.
She was in here laying on the bed, all happy and content, and then she decided she wanted to go out, and now she's just banging. Hold on one second. Talk to the chat, George, and then we'll finish the video. Okay, Shadow.
I'm actually in my garage doing some paperwork, so I can't really see what's in the chat. So, how's everyone's Sunday? I'll come back and read the chats. Hold on, let me pull up my cell phone. Maybe I can see what you guys are typing.
Hi, Shadow. I know. You're a good girl. We know. There you go. All right. Let's see if she'll be happy up there. Or she's going to climb down and bother me again.
Sorry about that, Lucha. I was in the garage.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, I heard you.
I got some stuff to get done today.
BW says your cat. Oh yeah, my cat does love this watch. John D says if these case sizes are in line with the Lady Datejust models, I think it's a winner. If it runs all the way up to the 41, it'll dilute its focus, competing with the Datejust and OP. The only thing is, you can't normally just go in and buy a Datejust or an OP anyway. You know what I mean? It may not. Shadow is a dog's name, says Cogcat. Well, she's a black cat. So when I adopted her, she was I actually was looking at the Mr. Fuzzy, the big fuzzy furry cat, and they're like, well, he has a bonded sister. And, their names were Fuzzy and Shadow. They were 6 years old. I didn't know if that was always their names. I was like, it's got to be traumatic to just keep having your name changed. So I just left the names like they were. Same thing with Sherman. Sherman was Sherman.
Yeah. I had a lab and a pit bull mix many years ago. And his name was Buckwheat, which was kind of controversial at the time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, it'd be controversial.
Little Rascals territory.
Yeah. Exactly. We adopted him from a friend of ours because they were downsizing. So we didn't name it, but I always, now hindsight, it'd be kind of not good to name your dog that.
No, no. Cloudkins. Cloudkin. He says Buckley is also a good dog's name. Shots fired. Shots fired. Here, let's finish up.
Ouch.
Let's finish up Jenny L here.
And yeah, I'm excited to see what else they will be releasing tomorrow. For now, you know, the very first model is confirmed, more or less. It is the Land Dweller in probably what looks like a 36 millimeter diameter with a new bracelet, a new case, the fully sapphire case bag as well.
Did she say 36?
Go back. I didn't hear
36
that.
millimeter diameter
Oh,
with
yeah.
a new bracelet.
Not far enough.
I just thought I heard her say 36.
I did too. Let's turn it up.
First model is confirmed, more or less. It is the Land Dweller in probably what looks like a 36 millimeter diameter with a new bracelet, a new case, the fully sapphire case bag as well, some new hand designs, a new dial, and yeah, we'll see what else is going to be released until tomorrow. Yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to watch more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of the new videos. Bye, guys. Right. Hi. So
All right. Well, that was that. So I think if they do this in multiple sizes and they do this in steel with the white gold fluted bezel, I think this watch is probably a winner for them. I don't think anything they do isn't a winner, but I think this could be a serious piece for them competing. Like I said, you get so many people that are on waiting lists for watches that this may be a good piece. If it is all true, we have the Thelonious Monk says not to be that guy, but LOL, do you think the Land Dweller will have an off?
Yeah, we just talked about that.
Yeah. I didn't see anything to suggest
No.
there was a quick exchange or a micro adjust, so I'm not
I
sure.
didn't either. But that would be cool.
That would be cool. You know, and those are the things. Look, Omega, Rolex, start putting that in your watch. You know, we want quick exchanges. I know we've come a long way with the micro adjust, but you know, part of watch collecting for a lot of people is changing straps and changing things up and doing. You know, you're the people just buying to buy and resell are gone. Now you're dealing with the people who love watches. Give them the stuff they want. You know what I mean? What do we want? We want quick exchange. We want micro adjust. We want a Polar Explorer 1. Give us what we want. I don't think it's too much to ask. George, I don't think it is.
Well, you know what it is, though, Mark? If they gave you everything you wanted, they couldn't sell all the other crap they want you to buy, right?
That's true.
All right.
A ways back before we start, right around when we started this book, let me see if I can find it. Oh, so John D was asking about the overseas. He said the overseas wears huge on a bracelet, but much better on the alternate straps. Ran into a collector we all know wearing the Corey Richardson on white rubber. Wore like a true 41. Yeah, I'd imagine on the strap it does wear a little better.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the overseas. I like it better than the 222. I just think it's just really well for a simple three-hand watch. It's really well executed, and that breakfast looks amazing, but not quite as amazing as this breakfast. That French toast is out of the world.
You know, I kind of miss the good old days when, like, back pre-COVID times, 2019, 18, you could get an overseas for half the MSRP.
Yeah.
I should know I did. Kind of miss those days. Even now, it's like, even the blue dial, I think it's, what, a new one, would you say, is a little bit above MSRP still?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the rest, I think the white and the and the gray, I believe, are still below MSRP, but not like 50% off of MSRP.
And the blue is the one. The blue is just so good.
Yeah. We'll see. It's getting close, though.
Yeah.
Getting close. So.
Let's see. We've got. Captain says, "Don't rub it in, George."
Yeah.
Those were the days. Those were the days.
Yeah, those were the days.
There's no doubt about it. I saw that my boys over at Joyce's got we're talking about watches that came in. I saw that someone traded in. Oh, they might have sold it already. Oh, geez. Somebody traded in a super racing. Let's see. Let's go new to old. See. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we did. Someone traded in. Looks like a brand new super. September 24, so it's not that old. Huh. Interesting. It is a big watch. So if you're not a big watch person, this is not the watch for you. But it is a cool watch. It is cool. I don't look like they traded in that much more here lately. But check them out. Joyce's Jewelers, Uniontown, Pennsylvania. Good guys. Good watch guys. I think they got a new one in too.
I'll be kind of curious to see all the releases. I just, it's like there's nothing out there that's like wowing me to, oh, I really want to get this one. This is a must get type watch,
Yeah, there's nothing, I don't know. You gotta have something going on. What do you guys think about all these leaks and hacks before Watches and Wonders begins? I think I think it's purposeful.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is done on purpose.
It's pretty brilliant marketing,
Get people Foreman and smile. Yeah,
have videos and commentary and all this good stuff among the watch community, right?
Yes. I am excited to see. So Harry sent me pictures of what appeared to be leaks of a new Aqua timer. There weren't any pictures of the dial, but there were pictures of like side pictures and pictures of the bracelet. And the bracelet was the new Unjanor bracelet, which one of the things I don't like about the Aqua timer, and one of the reasons I like it on the rubber, is I hate the bracelet. So I'm kind of curious to see if they do that. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah. Mark, I've got to get going. I've got to.
As soon as I bring up IWC, George has to go.
That's the bat signal for Brian to show up.
There you go.
Well, anyways, maybe Captain can hop in. He's a better get than me. So if he hops in, if he hops in, the IQ goes up at least by 50 to 100 points. So, anyways, I'll let you go, Mark. I appreciate the time, and it's always great to see you. I'm actually next weekend. I'm actually heading out to the big city for a little getaway weekend with the wife. So she has some shopping to do, and when she shops, I'm gonna go walk around Cartier, Bulgari, and go take a look at some of their watches. And
Mr. G said maybe this summer you're heading out to Philadelphia.
That's the game plan. As far as I know, I was. There's a couple of courses that are being offered over at Temple.
Okay.
And so I told him early. I said I'm thinking about maybe going to them. I've got some vacation plans with the missus. End of this month, early next month, we're going out of the country. So based on what I'm hearing, we might not be able to come back. It might be just a one-way ticket.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. But
Captain says you're irreplaceable. The IQ is down.
Yeah, right. So I'm thinking about just going and seeing, trying on some Cartiers, and it's been a
Nice.
minute, right? And they also, I believe, they have Panerai. It's a Ben Bridge, so I
Okay.
think they have a Panerai. They Breitling. I think they even have yeah, they do have a Zenith actually.
Okay. Very cool.
Obviously, they have Rolex and they have some other stuff there. So I thought I'd just kind of let
Nice.
her go do her shopping, and then I'll just go hang out and see what these guys have and go from there.
Very, very cool. Well, if you do end up in Pennsylvania, please let me know.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely let you and a few other people know. Sure, would love to. I haven't had a chance to come out to the East Coast in a long time, so long time. And I heard your get together was quite fun, hanging out with Mr. G and
Oh yeah,
OC and the guys.
always a good time, you know.
Yeah. How far is Pittsburgh, by the way, from Philly? It's about a couple
about 4.5 hour drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
No, not too bad. Pennsylvania's a little bit bigger state than people think, you know, for being an eastern state. You know, it's not like the little New England states. It's a little bit of a drive across, but it's not bad. It's all turnpikes. So
I don't know if you've ever driven. You probably haven't, but one time I drove across Montana. You talk about a long drive.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that was long. It never seemed to end.
That's a long, boring drive. Not much.
That is a long, and it's crap.
Yep.
Anyways, have a great rest of your show. Everybody in the chat, have a great Sunday. Be safe.
Thanks for coming on, George.
Yeah, my pleasure. You take care.
All right, you too.
Bye, Mark. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend, George Voorhees. We're blessed with great guests all the time. So yeah, that's we did the Rolex leak. We'll take a look at some of the other. Use the pre-owned, see if there's anything else in here. Looks like they sold a couple of the Rolexes. They saw that Speedmaster Moon Phase for $89.50. That seems like a deal. Summer Blue, Oreos, Steelers, Breitling Chronomat is still there. They're not making those. They're out of stock. You can't order any more of those. I don't know if that's going to be an annual thing or if that was a 1 year kind of a deal. Still got the GMT Grand Seiko spring drives and the Frank Mueller. Some Panerais, Oris, they're an authorized Oris dealer, so you always find something there. This watch, this Great Barrier Reef, I think I've told you guys this before. It's beautiful in person. That's got the new Caliber 400 in it, which I'm always torn about because of the price. And they're also a Norcane dealer, so I've always got some Norcanes new and pre-owned in stock. If you're ever looking for something that they have or a brand that they have, they're either great to deal with. Check them out. Ask for Zach or Tim in the watch shop, the watch boutique at Joyce's Jewelers. Authorized dealers of Omega, Breitling, Oris, Norcane, Zodiac, Michelle, and Boulevard, aside from their pre-owned collections. And they give great trade-ins. So recommend them highly. But yeah, they do a nice job. They really do. We'll go over check out Nashville, see what they've got over there. Looks like they got a new 24 Daytoner. Couple 24 Daytoners. Root beer. Sea Dweller 95 vintage. That's the oldie. See if anything else catches my eye here as we scroll on through. Oh, it's got a 25 Deep Sea and a 21 Sea Dweller. It's always nice to see. In Deep Sea, I always loved. Always was a fan of the Deep Sea. It's a big, thick, chunky monkey of a watch, which I don't mind, but I love that dial. The colorway on that dial. You know, the gradient blue to black with the green deep sea that matched the Cameron vehicle. Just thought they did an amazing job with that. How are we doing on our poll and our upvotes? We're going to close out the poll, I think, here. We got 50 votes. 68% said they become increasingly inconsequential, the teasers. It is true. And we've got 34 upvotes. Thanks, guys. We do appreciate that. If anybody hasn't hit the 35 now, if we haven't hit the upvote, please do. That's how we know you appreciate what we're doing. If society wore suits daily, would you be peer pressured into considering a dress watch? Probably, but it would be something simple. You know, if I had to buy a precious metal dress watch that would fit me size-wise and aesthetic-wise, it's the 5226G. We all know that I love that watch. We'll pull one up so you guys can see what the heck I'm talking about. But it is, in my estimation, just a great, just a great looking watch. Calatrava. It's this one. I love the case sides. I love the exhibition back. I know some people say the movement is a little small for the watch. I don't care. I just like the way it looks. I love the Arabics. I know our good friend Ali Reza does not appreciate that watch. He hates that watch. But I just think it's a good looking watch. I think it fit me size-wise because relative, when there's a cuff and long sleeves, you can easily wear a 38 and a half at that point, even if you're used to wearing 40 plus sports and short sleeves. Yeah, but you know, back when we still wore some sport coats and stuff, I would still wear a 41 millimeter date just, and I just always thought this was a good looking watch. I love the dial finish. I love the case finish. I think it's just good. Would you buy a 45 millimeter Panerai radio mirror as a dress watch? I'm not a Panerai guy. So probably not. Frank Cannon says it needs a metal bracelet or he is not interested. There are a lot of people. I'm much more of a bracelet guy than a strap guy. If it's a strap, I normally like something in a rubber strap, but that's just me. But yeah, I could see myself wearing something like this. $52.26 is an excellent watch. It's not for everyone, but very contemporary. I wholeheartedly disagree with Ali on this. Yeah, me too. I just think it's a great watch. I really do. It's always been one of my favorites. From the first time I ever saw it, I was just like, wow, that's a... Well, first off, let's see if we can't make this bigger. No? I love the case. I think the case is amazing looking. I just really do. I love the fact that it's a dress watch with Arabics and hands that are loomed. I like some loom. I love the straps that it comes on. I actually like this strap. It's kind of a hybrid strap. I think it's really good looking. I really just like this watch. This would be the watch. If anybody has me on their Christmas list and wants to buy me a really expensive watch, this would be the one. Ali says refusing any watches whatsoever solely if it has a strap is narrow-minded collecting. Kyle Lee with a hot take. Hot take. It has to be the right strap. Like I will tell you, I had that Tudor on that hybrid strap, that Ranger. That was actually really nice. It had a deployant on it. It had it was that kind of hybrid rubber, whatever strap. That was a good watch. What would Omega have to release in 2025 for you to instantly open up the pocketbook to buy? Ooh, that's tough because Omega can pretty much get me to buy anything. But if they released a 41 millimeter Aquaterra terracotta, the terracotta red, or the saffron, the kind of goldish one, those two would really get my interest on the new bracelet. It has to be on the new bracelet. Those two would probably. Hot take: the bracelet strap is more important than the movement. Well, I will say that much like we eat with our eyes first, what we like in a watch is something that is aesthetically pleasing. So I can see that. I can see your point there. And the movement's a movement. Like people get all caught up in like, oh, it's not an in-house movement. I don't know. It doesn't really bother me on a lot of watches. That's my big thing with Oris. I love Oris, but some of the Oris I love, they have that caliber 400 in it, and they're $2,000 more. And I can't justify paying $2,000 more for an Oris. The artifact says, this is my favorite Patek, Mark. It's a dress watch, but has field vibe. And I agree. The hobnail mid case is beautiful. Yeah, it's gorgeous. And you're right. It's got a little bit of sport to it with a little bit of that field watch vibe. Those Arabics are it's an amazing looking watch, but it's also why, let me go back over my Facebook and see if I can't find a good picture of it, since Instagram is not my friend today. So first, while we're here, this is the Ranger that I had. That clasp was really cool. It was deployant, and I wore that for a bicycle watch for a while. It was a tad bit small in a 39, but I really loved the aesthetic, the field watch aesthetic. I know a lot of people aren't crazy about the Ranger. I didn't mind it, and I love that strap. I thought that strap was really comfy and really cool when it worked. I love the rose. It was a good watch. Kind of miss that watch. The Ranger is underappreciated, I think. But what I wanted to get to was some other stuff. Zulu time, because this had a very similar aesthetic. This was my Zulu time that my brother has with the green bezel, and I always liked that watch as well. Necessarily seeking in-house movements disregards basically the history of Swiss watchmaking, which was based on specialization in making parts for watches and the big brands assembling and finishing. Agree. 100% agree. But I think some brands, Norcane, Oris, brands like that go with their own in-house movements, and then they price themselves out of their niche. I'm looking out for a Neil Armstrong 105.012 reissue 321 movement in July this year. Instant buy for me. Bonus points if it's issued with a ghost blue faded bezel and a tropical brown dial. Damn. That's pretty exclusive. The artifact, we're still to see a single 321 Ed White at my local Omega boutique, unfortunately. But 321 is well for me, but I just want the standard Ed White. It's cool. One of my things, and I appreciate the 321. I appreciate the regular, the moon watch and all that stuff. But I will tell you that a big selling point for me on the super racing. Can anyone guess what I'm going to say? What a big selling point on this watch would be for me as far as the speedy goes? Bueller. If you look at the back, aside from the spy rate and the double barrels and all the things, the coaxial, all the things I love, it's got a rotor. It automatically winds. I'm not a big manual wind guy. It's just who I am. I'm not afraid to admit it. I like that it moves. Frank Cannon says, who makes these dress watch rules? Why can't all these dress watches also be offered on a bracelet? I'm not sure. Who does make those rules? I think it's just sort of the way things are. Mark, once you get beyond a certain amount of watches in the collection, they're basically all manual wind at that point. You can pick them up and spin them around. Give them a spin in the morning, a morning spin. But this Zulu time definitely has vibes of, let's see, that's probably a better picture because it's got a little bit of a pebble dial. It's got the Arabics like on that 5226. There's probably some reasons that I like both watches. I do miss this watch. I do. It was a really fun watch to wear. Big watch, 42 millimeter, wore big. You can see the pebble dial a little bit, the pebble finish a little bit on the dial, a little bit better in that picture. But yeah, more of a piloty aesthetic and a GMT, but just a good looking piece. JB, hope all is well with you, sir. Love the new avatar. Another media buy from Omega for me is a Seamaster Big Triangle. Look at you go. The Artifact is an Omega guy as well. That's another reason we get along so well. That Zulu time looks good on the wrist, man. And Zulu time is a great watch. Underappreciated. And for you tiny wristed rat bastards, they do make them in 39s as well. So you don't have to get the big 41. And it's got male end links coming off the bracelet. So it wears big. It definitely wears big. It is, in that size, but you don't have to get that size. But I love that watch. I often think about getting another one or getting one in blue or the black. I wish that they made that new titanium one in the 41. The titanium one's really good looking. You know what? We're going to look it up. Because why not? We'll talk about anything. We will discuss any watch. And I tried on some Longines when I was at the Bucherer in Philadelphia. It's funny because I tried on the who's Majigger? That's not it. That's a 42. I'm sorry, those are 42. Longines Spirit Zulu time. There it is, the titanium in 39. This is a good looking piece. I wish they made that one in the 42. I tried on the new 39 millimeter Legend Diver because you guys know I have a thing for Legend divers. One hell of a collection. Thanks, Glenn. Oh, damn, I'm not showing the right picture. Why? So, this is the titanium 39. I think that is just brilliant looking. And it's titanium. It's cool. It's got that pilot aesthetic to it. It's got the Arabics. It's got all the things I love in a watch. I just wish that one was made in the 42. But I tried on the Legend Diver, the smaller one, the new one, and the girl who took it out of the case, I put it on my wrist. She goes, "Oh, that's too small for you. You need the 42." which I thought was hilarious. But again, the big one is not offered in the chronometer grade movement and with the new dial, which is unfortunate. Dear Artifact says another immediate buy is a faithful Ranchero or Railmaster. Yeah, we talked about the Railmaster, an old school Railmaster. That would be cool. My calendar says I like the diver. I can't get past the stars. That is the big thing, and with the big gripe with the Spirit Zulu time for a lot of people are the stars, and they all have them. But I kind of like this blue one as well. I keep thinking maybe I should just get one of these to satisfy to quench my desire for another Zulu time. It wouldn't be exactly buying the same watch, but again, although my brother does enjoy the heck out of this watch. But that's the green bezel. I thought, well, the blue with the sunburst would be different. That would be kind of fun, something different to wear. Still a big watch. It would fit the wrist. It's a great watch. It's a great dial. Real depth, real care taken to building it. Even the way they step the hand stack. I mean, it's a great piece. They did a very nice job. That watch was hot when I bought it. I think I've told the story before. I bought it off of TeddyBaldessar.com because they were I put in a bunch of inquiries, to places, and they were the first one to get back to me and say, "Hey, we got one in stock." Because that watch was hard to find when it first came out, and I'd never seen one in the flesh until I opened the box from Teddy Baldessar. But nice class, small class. No on the fly micro adjust, but well executed size wise. It wasn't huge, but the dial is what makes that watch. The bracelet was nice, but it was the dial that really truly made that watch the shiz, if you will. Anybody else got anything out there going on? What's happening, people? Talk to me. How many upvotes do we got? Let's see. 39. We need one more upvote for 40. That would be huge. 40 is a huge number. We did do 50 a couple weeks ago, but 40 is a big number for our little channel. Don't forget to follow me on the Instagrams. And I'm sorry that the Who's My Jiggers, the Instagram is not working as far as pulling up big pictures off of my thing. Still not working. I don't know what happened to Instagram. That's every computer I've tried, whether it could be my MacBook, my iMac, my PC at work. It will work on the phone, but it won't not make the pictures bigger on the thing. But here is the Instagram page. The _Luchabetic _Mark. And you get to see things like this fabulous selfie from 1987 with my mullet. Look at that hair. And you get to see my original Aquaterra. I wore that watch for years. That was a great watch. And you get to know that I love ninjas and I have a blind dog. All the important facts. And most importantly, according to Allie, you get to see all of my food creation pics. Worth the price of admission. And my wrist rolls and my watches and my dog and you name it, it's there. Watches I go and try on. I'm still obsessed with this Oris Colson Pro Pilot Colson limited edition. Dial Daily. What is Dial Daily? What did I miss? Did I miss something, Kyle? I don't know. I don't know. I must have missed something. But what's going on out there in TV land, YouTube land? And again, I apologize. I don't know what's going on with the Instagram. I'm trying to make these pictures bigger, but it is what it is. But if you like food and you like dogs and you like me and you like watches, yeah, you get a lot of pictures over there. Might have to go visit the watch store or out to Joyce's again, get some more rolls. I have some wrist rolls and stuff of Breitling. I didn't get to upload into the computer yet, but we did play the video of the quickie. Actually, we might play that again because that was at the very beginning of this mess that we call. The stars on that lawn teeth make it look like a trust pilot clown. Trying to decide what watch to wear to lunch. The tough decisions. Those are tough decisions. Orko says more mullet photos. I probably have a few more. Let's go over to here. Hold on. Let's see. Where can we find some more mullet photos? All right. Let's go to the Young Mark folder. Let's see. Well, here's my hair pulled back in a ponytail photo. I don't know if I can make that one much bigger. It's an old picture. It doesn't make it much bigger. Wearing the Motorhead tee the day after Halloween. Here's that picture. Here's a little mullet picture. Boom. I would hang my hockey gloves. These were intramural when I would play defense and not goalie. I would hang my gloves up to let them dry out and not be quite so stinky. Here's a classic. Dude, that picture's so small. That's a classic mullet photo. There's some permed mullet. I'll let them perm my hair. Always love that picture. There's some mullet. How are we doing, Orko? Is that enough mullet for you? Is there enough mullet? Here's a kind of a group Penn State picture with the mullet. And the blue coat in the back. Well, the beard, too. I got the beard going then. Look at that. Oh, my. Okay, with Pablo, the exchange student from Spain. These pictures don't get much bigger. Sorry. My apologies. But, there you go. There's a mullet and a beard. You never know. You just never know. Here I am on my 21st birthday, kind of passed out. They dropped me off my girlfriend's because she was only 20. Got me drunk and passed me on. What are you gonna do? This, I think, is my fourth or fifth birthday. I had blonde hair when I was very young. Now I have no hair. And to prove that I was always a wrestling fan, here I am in the Cobra Clutch. In the 80s, Lucha looked like an undercover agent who took down a biker gang. I had a two-tone Datejust. I traded in my two-tone black sub, worst watch I ever owned, on a two-tone 41 Datejust with a not a champagne dial. It had the rhodium dial and sticks and a smooth bezel. It's what they had at the time. Did you ever meet the football coach at Penn State? Joe Paterno? Yeah. Well, he would walk around campus. You would see him. I never really talked to him, but you would see him walking, and he walked to and from his office and home. New Yorker says, so much mullet. I love it. Johnny O says, quite a hair journey. Yes. 10 on the top, 90 on the back. Perfect. I don't know the answers. Does anybody know if the new Top Time has a screw down case back? We'll go look it up, see if we can't find out. I'm honestly not sure. We looked at these earlier, and I don't know. I don't remember. There's Mr. Austin Butler. Let's see. In-house movement, benchmark chronograph moves with the top time, open case by the view, the intricate B31. Does it really say no? But it does look like a screw down case back, because I say that because of the beveling here. It looks like it's where you would put your tool to take that on or off. It's not telling us what we want to know. It's just not. Hey, there's that bracelet I hate. Yeesh. Case back, screwed in, sapphire crystal. There it is. It is indeed a screwed on case back. Yeah. And we have confirmed the screwed on case back for the new Breitling Top Time B31. 38 millimeters. 78-hour power reserve. That's nice. And again, I hate this bracelet. I probably wouldn't consider it more because of the size. That bracelet just, I don't have the ADD, but that makes me want to have ADD. I don't like those angular spaces. I can't do it. I just can't do it. But of the new Top Times, this is far and away my favorite. Is this white, I think maybe like an opaline white with a light blue minute track, 24. Well, yeah, minute track. No GMT on this one, but I prefer the Chronomat with the bullet bracelet in the 40. He says that was a major no. Thanks for me back in the old one. Yeah, I agree. It should be screwed down or screwed in. Yeah, it shouldn't just pop off. It's one thing with the Zulu Time. The only thing I really didn't like was that it was a closed case back, but it did have kind of a cool engraving. Uh-oh. Jen has made her watch decision for lunch. What are we wearing to lunch, Jen G? Inquiring minds want to know. We are 15 minutes away from our 3-hour mark, where we will probably be ending the stream. We want to know, what is Jen G wearing to lunch on her wrist? The Universal Genève with the blue dial. An excellent choice. And excellent choice. Let's see if I can't. Hold on. How about this? My God, is this stuff slow today? Trying to get over to see if we can't pull up. There it is. Hey, let me make it big. What the heck? Well, that's cool. That will be on Jen G's wrist today. Why does it let me make your pictures big but not mine? That seems bizarre. But that is an amazing choice for a watch to wear to lunch, I think. And again, I'm not anti small watch. I'm anti small watch on me. And what I'm really anti is the influencers who try to will small watches into existence for everyone. I'm not saying everyone needs to wear a big watch. I'm saying there can be multiple sizes, but stop trying to make my watches smaller. He says, I didn't think it would work on me, but it just does. No, it looks great. It's a great watch. I'm interested to see what Breitling does with their Universal Genève. Yes, Orko, they're spreading small wristed propaganda. Those rat bastards. It's that right. It's that Teddy Baldassar, Britt Pierce, Jenny L, and the likes. The small wristed rat bastards spreading propaganda that everyone wants small watches. Not everyone wants small watches. Some people want bigger watches. Just stop trying to make my watches smaller, you know? It's annoying. I hate it. I hate it. You know, I just hate it. But we got a couple minutes left here. I'm going to play this video again of me and the Zach, the watch boutique manager at Joyce's. He was telling me a little bit about Breitling. All right, I'm here with Zach, the watch manager here at Joyce's Jewelers. You know, my favorite place. I spruik them all the time, even though they are not sponsored. But I wanted to ask Zach why Breitling makes a great option as far as a luxury watch.
Yeah, so we have a lot of great brands here at Joyce's, and Breitling is definitely one of them. And one of the reasons that I think Breitling is a great addition to your watch box is it's a unique look. There's a lot of brands that try to look like something else, and I think Breitling is always going to be unique and do a good job of being themselves and being Breitling. I think that also, off of that, the price is right. I think it falls in a great category of not too high-end where it might be your only watch. It's something that you can add this and be comfortable having multiple watches as well. And another, being that we have a watchmaker in store, it's a watch that it goes a long time without not needing to be serviced. We don't see too many Breitlings come back for service, so that's something to keep in mind as well. So you have the unique look, it runs well, and the price is right. So
Obviously, classic designs and great, excuse me, great colorways, great value, I think, on top of that for what you're getting, and definitely a unique look. I agree with you 100%. Hey, stop on over to see these guys.
Thank you.
They're awesome. Thank you. So yes, that was our a quick Breitling discussion. I'll have some more wrist rolls and stuff loaded up onto the YouTube here in a little bit. We got about 10 more minutes of this stuff. Don't forget that we also touched on, what else did we do today? Oh yeah, Jenny L. Jenny L's. She had some better pictures of this new land dweller. That was a better picture of the new land dweller of her husband's page. So it looks like that is definitely going to be a thing. Oh shit, I didn't share that screen. That looks like it's definitely going to be a thing coming up here. So that's always fun. And We got about 7-8 more minutes here to kill. Has anybody got anything they would like to discuss before we lucha our way on out of here? Oh, Harry says, I forgot. Yeah, Harry says that they also bought Galette. Yeah, they did buy Galette as well. Jen G says Roger Federer was just spotted with the land dweller on in Geneva. There he is. It's official. Well, that's, Omega using Daniel Craig to show their watches early. I guess they took a lesson, page out of Omega's book there. Let the people start wearing them early. But yeah, not the biggest Jenny L fan, but that was kind of cool to see that watch. And hopefully, let's see. Nope, still won't let me make my own pictures bigger. Rat bastards. Yeah, what are you gonna do? It happens. So yeah, Breitling just bought Galette. Now I've heard that somebody was saying that the Galette purchase or Galette, or I don't even know how it's pronounced, they're going to offer those in Breitling boutiques and ADs, unlike the Universal Genève, which I think there isn't going to be as widely available for whatever that part is worth. But we can look up a Galette here, an old one, because those were kind of cool watches. Let's go GaletteWatches.com. Yes, I'll take your cookies. Share this tab instead. An unusual gift for an unusual person. There it is. Let's see what the icon says. Multi-chron regulator, multi-chron clamshell, flying officer. And those are cool watches. Hopefully they're not going to overprice them. The multi-chron sub. Very cool. It's kind of a cool looking watch. But yeah, so we'll see what they're going to end up doing with it. But it'll be interesting to see what they do, what the sizes are, where they're available. Like I said, it's my impression that these are going to be available at Breitling boutiques and ADs, is what I really heard. So yeah, let's see. John D says, is that real? I'm assuming that is real. We'll look that up as well. I don't think is that what he's wearing there? I don't know. I can't tell. I just can't tell. I can't tell if that's what he's wearing in that picture or not. You guys would know better than I. But what I will say is I like the dial on that watch, and I love the open 6 and 9. I think that's kind of cool. That God sub looks like the Oris Diver. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So Europe got the leaks early, and the watches are already out there. Yeah. Mr. DC is a genuine watch enthusiast. There you go. So we shall see. It looks like it's real. It looks like the real deal. Orko says that's definitely what he's wearing. There is a zoomed in pic. Cool. Well, if it is, it's cool. And like George and I were saying, if they're doing it and they're going to do it in stainless, and people, I think it's a winner for them. And I think if they do it in multiple sizes, I think Harrier's right. You can get some of the women's market with that watch if they do it in a small enough size. And if they do multiple sizes, you're going to have people that are like, well, if I can't get a Royal Oak or I can't, whatever, I can't get any Pateks, or if, Rolex makes so many watches every year. If they make a lot of these, they'll sell a lot of them. They'll sell a lot of what they're going to make regardless. But it'll be interesting to see if this new thing gets any traction after the first few months of being released. I think it will. I actually do think it will. I think there is enough pent-up demand for other watches that will carry that. And there's a lot of people that consider Rolex in those conversations. So we shall definitely see on that. We're getting ready to get the heck on out of here. Oh, it looks like OC's running live with the full leaks. So guys, head on over to the original OC channel. I don't know if I can send, I don't know how to send the audience, but here, we'll punch in and see what there he is. He's got that same picture up. We are just going to type in there that we're sending you guys over. We will just send you guys on. Head on over to the OC channel. Get out of this garbage. We got 3 hours in. We're good. We'll play a couple videos for those of you that are still hanging out. And we shall go from there.
Let's make this bigger. Yeah. There we go. Look at this. It worked.
Guys, head on over to the original OC channel. Looks like he's doing full coverage of the Land Dweller. And
there we go.
Looks like that'll be interesting stuff.
Check it out. Full video. I'm sure this animation will be on the Rolex website very soon. We've got it. All right, now back to continue through the chat. Sorry. Thank you, Kyle Lee. Mr. G is better or big leak. Thank you, Gamal, for all of your